Hello and welcome to Small Business Truths, COVID-19. As you are aware, this series looks at what's really going on with businesses and COVID-19. Today, I'm joined by your classic hospitality owner. Adam Hofbauer owns Bandits Roost in Sydney CBD, and he's been the classic lockdown, open, losing all his staff, often operating on just him, and seeing probably foot traffic in the business down by, I'm going to assume, 95% by what I've seen. Welcome and thanks for joining us today, Adam.
Thanks, Angela. Thanks for having me.
Now, I often get criticised in the media because I'm the doom and gloom person, supposedly, because I don't have any happy stories. Adam, are there any happy stories?
Not at the moment. Everybody's waiting for the government to step in and make it something positive. But right now, we're waiting for our landlords to throw us a lifeline, which I don't feel is ever going to happen.
So for 18 months, as the owner of a small bar and cafe in Sydney CBD, you would have thought, let's go back 20 months. We all thought that businesses in the CBD were recession-proof. Nobody had ever thought about a pandemic. That was just like a flu. No other pandemic. We were always busy in the city, right? Because you always had foot traffic.
That's right.
And because of your location, and if you can choose, the classic location being the key factor in often in hospitality businesses, the dense network of workers around you meant that your business was doing really well.
That's right.
How many people were you employing at pre-pandemic?
We had 5 full-timers and 2 casuals.
Last time I visited you when we weren't in lockdown, but still in the pandemic, it was only just you.
It was just me. We've had 1 staff. I have had a couple of people help me out for a couple hours a week when we've been open, but apart from that, I can easily handle it by myself.
So let's talk about some truths here. The federal government put out the Retail Mandatory Tenancies Code, and that was supposedly to help owners of businesses and supposedly landlords. It was supposed to help get you a reprieve. How did that work for you?
Well, it didn't work at all. It helped landlords. They can basically sit back and expect 100% of their rent. They're 100% protected. Whereas tenants, we pay exorbitant rent in the city because we're guaranteed this foot traffic. We know we're going to make our money in 5 days and have our weekends. It was all good. But that tenancy code came out and it doesn't help one bit. We keep getting our rental bills week in, week out, and there's no reprieve from that. So the debts keep accruing and the government seems oblivious to that. They throw us pocket change every now and again and it doesn't even pay the legal bills.
So Adam, you know that civilians, so people outside of being in a small business, in particular outside of being in hospitality, think that the government has offered a lot of financial assistance and that we shouldn't be complaining as business owners. Do you think that's true?
Of course not. They haven't even come close. It's almost like they've turned a blind eye to it and thought either the super strong and rich will survive and everyone else can go and stuff themselves, or they honestly don't know. But I know I personally have told them, I'm sure you've told them, it's obvious. You walk around the city and you can see that there's not a soul, and it's not going to change for a long, long time, especially being surrounded by these big businesses like Westpac and Amex and Macquarie. They're not in a rush to come back. They're very comfortable having a flexible week. They work from home. It's no drama to them. They're saving money by not forcing their staff to come into the city. In the meanwhile, we keep getting our bills week in, week out, and there's no end in sight.
So, Adam, do you think it's worse this lockdown?
Well, unfortunately, it is a lot worse. I'm not sure what it is about it, but last time it was novel. There was a little bit of hope in the government that they'd come through and help us out. We keep hearing Scott Morrison and Gladys Berejiklian saying, "We've got your back. Don't worry. If there's any holes, we'll fix them." But it's just a joke. I mean, they're not even close. The amount of time and money that I've spent just trying to get any form of resolution is insane.
So your legal bills are mounting.
Legal bills are mounting. Rent.
You haven't resolved the landlord rent issues.
Well, the way that the tenancy code is structured, it relies on the kindness of the landlord to give up half of their salary and defer the other half. If your landlord doesn't have a reputation in Australia, as mine does, because they're based in Hong Kong, why would they? I probably wouldn't either if I was a landlord. It's not up to them. You know, they've got this investment and they've got a lease, and the way that our law is structured, that lease is golden and nobody's willing to break it or interrupt that.
Do you think every level of government is burying their head in the sand in terms of the actual realities of COVID on small business?
100%. I'm not sure why the local council feels that giving their own tenants rent abatement is fair, but everyone else can pay their full rent. It makes no sense. Like, they understand the problem. They can't be seen to charge rent, but they can't protect other people from their own rent. It makes no sense.
Well, they could try though, right?
They could try.
Do you feel anyone's got your back in this?
No. Well, maybe you. That's about it.
So
a lot of pressure there, Angela.
It's a lot of pressure, yeah. But we have to speak up about it. That's what Small Business Truths is about. This is about letting people know the reality. Tell me, Adam, between me, you, and the millions of people that I hope see this, even if tomorrow COVID went away and we didn't go through another lockdown, how long would it take you to ever make up what you've lost? Or would you?
Well, my business can never trade through this. There's no way. So I've lost my cash flow. If I was to start up again, I need to rehire, retrain, restock all the fridges, reprint menus, refurbish my establishment, probably fix half of my equipment that hasn't been used in months. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars, and my business can't sustain that. So unfortunately, I've got a personal guarantee over my lease, so I'm totally exposed to it. My business definitely cannot trade through this. There's no way. So I'll be very lucky to keep my business, let alone my personal assets.
Thanks for joining us today, Adam.
No worries.